Okay, so I'm starting. So we have to discuss next torque on a particle. So we discussed about angular momentum. Let us discuss about another quantity, physical quantity associated with the rotational motion. It is called a torque. Okay, it's very simple. So the time rate of change of angular momentum is called a torque. Okay, and it is denoted by vector tau. So vector tau is given by dl by dt. D by dt of vector L. Vector L na angular momentum vector na differentiate ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ with respect to time ಅದೇ torque vector ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That's it, nothing else. So the time rate of change of angular momentum is called torque. Okay, so you can actually compare with the linear motion. In fact, we shall try to compare all these things little later. We shall try to compare linear motion and angular motion. I think you know, in the case of linear momentum, the time rate of change of linear momentum, we call it as force. Howdalva? If you differentiate linear momentum P, dp by dt, according to Newton's second law of motion, dp by dt is nothing but force. Exactly in a similar way. So if you differentiate angular momentum L with respect to time t, that is your torque. So therefore torque tau, vector torque tau is equal to d by dt of vector L. Differentiation of angular momentum vector L with respect to time is nothing but torque vector. Okay, follow ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now remember, vector L is given by cross product of R cross P. This I have already mentioned. Okay. So vector L is R cross P. So therefore, I can calculate vector tau. So vector tau is equal to dl by dt by definition. Now in the place of vector L, I have substituted R cross P. So therefore, vector tau is d by dt of R cross P. So R cross is position vector, P is momentum vector, because vector L is R cross P. We are already defined this one. Okay. So therefore, vector tau is nothing but d by dt of R cross P, and we have to differentiate R cross P. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ರೂಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ರೂಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ನ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಷನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. So here it is first function. First function is vector R. Second function is vector P. So therefore, differentiation of first function, differentiation of second function, first function ಯಾವ order ladru madini, that is not a problem. But cross ಮಾತ್ರ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಆಗಬಾರದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Okay. So differentiation of first function, that is differentiation of vector R, it is dr by dt. So dr by dt cross second function. Second function ಹಾಗೆ ಇದೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, vector P ಅಂತ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Okay. Cross ಆರ್ಡರ್ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗೆ ಇದೆ. And then first function vector R cross differentiation of the second function. Differentiation of the second function is dp by dt. Okay, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? ಈ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ?
Yes, sir.
So differentiation of first function vector R, second function vector P. Differentiation of first function dr by dt into second function, into means here cross vector P, plus first function vector R into differentiation of second function dp by dt. So ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥನೇ ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? Now, so this first term, let us see first term. dr by dt is nothing but velocity. I think you know. Differentiation of position vector with respect to time is velocity vector. ಹೌದಾ?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then linear momentum is m into v, mass into velocity. So m is a scalar, you can take it outside. So therefore it is v cross v. Can somebody say what is v cross v? Follow ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
Yes, sir.
I repeat, dr by dt cross p. dr by dt is nothing but velocity. So m is a vector, m can be taken outside. So therefore it is v cross v. V cross v is 0 because vector product of a vector with itself is 0 vector. So therefore first term vanishes. And then we are left with vector tau is equal to r cross into dp by dt. dp by dt is nothing but f, force vector. So dp by dt is equal to force vector is nothing but Newton's second law. So therefore vector tau can be written as r cross f, vector r cross vector f. So cross, your torque vector tau is cross product of position vector and force vector. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದಿಷ್ಟು?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So then let us go here. So we can actually define Newton's second law of motion for rotational motion. So can somebody define what is Newton's second law of motion? Okay. In a similar way, it is possible to define Newton's second law for rotational motion. In the case of dp by dt, we use dl by dt. And in the place of vector f, we use vector tau. So therefore, according to Newton's second law of motion for rotational motion, the rate of change of angular momentum, that is your dl by dt, is directly proportional to the external torque applied, tau, the torque applied, okay? And it takes place in the direction of the torque, and the change in the angular momentum happens in the direction in which torque is applied. Torque ಯಾವ ಕಡೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವೋ ಅದೇ ತರ ಟಾರ್ಕ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So that's why we have written takes place in the direction of the torque. So therefore I can write, so dl by dt, rate of change of angular momentum. So rate of change of angular momentum dl by dt is proportional to tau. dp by dt is proportional to f, Newton's law of motion for linear motion. In a similar way, dl by dt, rate of change of angular momentum dl by dt, proportional to external torque. Tau is external torque acting on the system. So therefore, that is nothing but your dl by dt proportional to tau is nothing but Newton's second law of motion for rotational motion. Okay, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I have written a table here. So in this table, we are comparing linear motion and angular motion. Okay. So for the sake of completeness, we are comparing linear motion and angular motion. In the case of linear motion, we define mass here. Whereas in the case of angular motion, it is not the mass, it is the moment of inertia capital A which has physical meaning. In the case of angular motion, so mass doesn't have direct physical meaning, whereas moment of inertia capital A has meaning. Whatever the role played by m mass in linear motion, the same role is played by moment of inertia capital A. In the case of linear motion, we have distance covered s, whereas in the case of angular motion, it is angle described theta. Okay, na? And in the case of linear motion, we have velocity. In the case of angular motion, it is angular velocity omega. In linear motion, we have acceleration a, and in angular motion, we have angular acceleration alpha. So in the case of linear motion, we have force F, okay? And in angular motion, we have torque tau. Tau symbol biಟ್ಟು ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ. So it is torque tau. In the case of linear motion, we define linear momentum P is equal to product of mass into velocity, m into v. Whereas in the case of angular motion, we define angular momentum L is equal to I into omega, product of moment of inertia and so angular velocity. In the case of linear motion, linear kinetic energy is half m square. And we have also proved that in the case of angular motion, the angular kinetic energy is half I omega square. Okay, na? These two terms linear motion and angular motion ge comparison. Not only bari terms matra alla, so equations kuda compare ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Do you remember this equation? V is equal to u plus at?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
V is final velocity, u is initial velocity, a is acceleration, and t is time. V is equal to u plus at is the equation, so that can be applied for linear motion. And the similar equation can be written for angular motion. In the case of angular motion, final angular velocity is omega 1, omega 2, and the initial angular velocity is omega 1. So therefore, it is omega 2 is equal to omega 1 plus alpha t. V ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ omega 2 ಬರುತ್ತೆ, u ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ omega 1 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. V ಅಂದ್ರೆ final velocity, u ಅಂದ್ರೆ initial velocity. Omega 2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ final angular velocity, omega 1 initial angular velocity. ಇಲ್ಲಿ a into t ಬರುತ್ತೆ, a ಅಂದ್ರೆ acceleration. ಇಲ್ಲಿ a into t ಬರಲ್ಲ, alpha into t ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Alpha is nothing but angular acceleration. So similarly, we can write two more equations. In the case of linear motion, distance traveled s is given by ut plus half at square. ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ equation, distance traveled s is equal to ut plus half at square. In the case of angular motion, it is not distance traveled, it is angle covered. So angle covered is theta is equal to ut. Ut ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ omega 1 into 2, initial angular velocity is omega 1. So therefore it is omega 1 into t plus half alpha t square, because here angular acceleration is alpha. So therefore, similar to s is equal to ut plus half at square, we have theta is equal to omega 1 into t plus half alpha t square. And we can write one more equation. So in the case of linear motion, v square is equal to u square plus 2as. V is final velocity, U is initial velocity. A is acceleration, S is distance traveled. Similar equation can be written for angular motion. So omega 2 square is equal to omega 1 square plus 2 alpha theta. So omega 2 is a final angular velocity, omega 1 is initial angular velocity. Alpha is angular acceleration and theta. So S anta linear motion ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು distance traveled. Angular motion ಅಲ್ಲಿ theta angle covered ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? Okay, let us continue our discussion. So we want to write an expression for torque on a rigid body. So we wrote an expression for torque on a single particle. So torque on a particle is given by tau is equal to r cross f at an angle theta. But remember, we are discussing for rigid body. So torque on a rigid body is very simple. Torque on a rigid body is given by dl by dt. It's very simple. Torque on a rigid body is dl by dt. So vector L. So for your rigid body is given by I into omega, product I into omega. So I, moment of inertia. So given rigid body about a given axis, ಅದು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, I ನ ಆಚೆ ಬರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. So therefore it is I into d omega by dt. So it is I into d omega by dt. D omega by dt is nothing but alpha. So alpha is nothing but angular acceleration. So therefore vector tau is equal to I into vector alpha. So is nothing but the angle. So is nothing but expression for the torque acting on a rigid body. Okay, na? So the expression for torque acting on a rigid body is simply given by the product moment of inertia I and the angular acceleration alpha. Newton's second law of motion. F is equal to ma expression ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೀತೀವೋ ಅದೇ ತರ tau is equal to I into alpha ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. This is actually a form of Newton's second law of motion as applied to your rigid bodies ಅಥವಾ rotational motion of the rigid bodies. Okay na? Conservation of angular momentum. We want to discuss law of conservation of angular momentum. Okay, it's very simple. We have law of conservation of linear momentum. In the absence of an external force, the linear momentum of a system is a constant. That is what you call it as law of conservation of linear momentum. In a similar way, it is also possible to define law of conservation of angular momentum. So in the absence of an external torque, that is when the total torque acting on a system or on a rigid body is zero, the angular momentum of the rigid body remains constant. Okay, if total torque acting on a rigid body is zero, or the net torque acting on a rigid body is zero, then angular momentum of the rigid body is a constant. So this is what you call it as law of conservation of angular momentum. Okay, so vector tau is equal to dl by dt. When there is no external acting, when there is no external torque acting on the rigid body, so then tau is equal to zero. Tau na zero anta ಹಾಕೋಬಹುದು. So tau zero ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ left side zero ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಥವಾ dl by dt is equal to zero ಅಂತ ಹಾಕೋಬಹುದು. So dl by dt ಅಂತ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, when dl by dt is equal to zero ಅಂತ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, so differentiation of L is zero. Differentiation of L is zero means what? L ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು?
Constant.
It must be constant. So therefore vector L, which is nothing but I into omega, because we have already proved that vector L is also equal to I into omega, is a constant. So vector L, angular momentum of a rigid body, that is equal to I into omega, becomes a constant. Yava constant agate when tau is zero. Tau is zero means when the net torque acting on a rigid body is zero, then angular momentum is conserved. Angular momentum is a constant. That's why angular momentum is conserved at the head. Okay. Yeah. We shall try to discuss this law of conservation of angular momentum. So by taking certain examples, the second example I would like to tell. First ಮತ್ತೆ third ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. The second example is a known example. I think you have heard of Kepler's second law of planetary motion in the previous semester. According to Kepler's second law of planetary motion, so the total angular momentum of a planet revolving around the sun is a constant. ಅದನ್ನ ಎರಡು ತರ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, but one simple way of defining Kepler's second law is that the total angular momentum of a planet around the sun is a constant. So this is as per Kepler's second law of planetary motion. Okay na? So here Earth, let us take the planet anta ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಯಾವ planet ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು? Earth ಅಂತಾನೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Earth is revolving around the sun in an elliptical orbit. Okay, so therefore, so it is revolving around the sun in an elliptical orbit under the influence of the gravitational force exerted by the sun. Okay, so the gravitational force exerted by the sun on the earth, or in fact any other planet, is an example for central force. Then a central force in the correct. Since it is an example for central force, we can conclude that torque acting on the earth is zero. Since the torque acting on the earth is zero, therefore we conclude that the total angular momentum of the earth around the sun in an elliptical orbit is a constant. So therefore, this is one simple example for law of conservation of angular momentum. So if somebody asks you, give an example for conservation of angular momentum, you can simply say that, so planets revolving around the sun in elliptical orbits, okay, all the planets have their angular momentum constant value. Okay, so why it is so? Because all the planets which are revolving around the sun in elliptical orbits, so they are acted upon by the gravitational force exerted by the sun on the respective planet. And that gravitational force acting on the planets by the sun is an example for a central force. Since it is a central force, the net torque acting on a planet in an elliptical orbit moving around the sun is zero. Since the net torque is zero, therefore we can conclude that the angular momentum of the planet, of any planet, okay, in the solar system, is a constant. So therefore, this becomes an example for the law of conservation of angular. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there is one more thing. Because of this conservation of angular momentum, when the earth is at the perihelion, perihelion means sometimes earth, since it is revolving in the elliptical orbit, at one particular time earth would be very close to the sun. The point which is closest to the sun is what we call it as perihelion. Perihelion is a point, so when earth is very close to the sun, at perihelion, so your angular velocity of the earth is maximum. Okay, na? And when earth is at far away point, at certain time earth would be far away from the sun, so that point is what we call it as aphelion. When it is at the aphelion, its angular velocity is minimum. Okay, this is all because of the law of conservation of angular momentum. Andre, so angular momentum conserve ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಸೊ ಭೂಮಿ ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಎಲಿಪ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟಲ್ ಸುತ್ತುವರಿತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಹತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದ್ಸಲ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಹತ್ತಿರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅವಾಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಸೂರ್ಯನಿಂದ ತುಂಬಾ ದೂರ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅವಾಗ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಲಾ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸಾರಿ, ಕನ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? So that person is called an acrobat person ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. So an acrobat performing somersault, okay, diver. So when he falls into the swimming pool, so he performs somersault. Somersault means what? He curls himself up in the air. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕಾಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ಬೀಳುತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಡೀ ಬಾಡಿನ ಕರ್ಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. So whenever he curls or he or she curls his or her body, so moment of inertia decrease ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So ಯಾವಾಗ moment of inertia decrease ಆಗುತ್ತೋ, so then so angular velocity ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. In order to conserve angular momentum, moment of inertia ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the product I into omega ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ I ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಮೆಗಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಅಥವಾ I ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಒಮೆಗಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಬಾಡಿನ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕರ್ಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೋ, ಕರ್ಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ ತಕ್ಷಣ moment of inertia ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಸೈಜ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸೈಜ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ moment of inertia ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವಾಗ angular velocity ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Angular velocity ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ ಸೊ ದೇ ಡೂ 1 or 2 rotations, 1 or 2 rotation ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನೇ somersault ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೊ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಹಿ ಟಚಸ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಪೂಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಬೀಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅದೇ ಹೈ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಬೀಳಕ್ಕಾಗ ಬಿದ್ರೆ ಏಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಹಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಿರೋ ಪ್ರಕಾರ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಸ್ಲೋಸ್ ಡೌನ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟನಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಪ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಕ್ರೋಬ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋರು ಅವ್ರ ಬಾಡಿನ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಾರೆ. ಬಾಡಿನ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನರ್ಷಿಯಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನರ್ಷಿಯಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಸೊ he or she lands into the swimming pool or water very smoothly without any hurting. Okay, so have you heard of ballet dance athwa ice skating? Have you heard of ice skating?
Yes, sir.
Ice skating is also a type of game. Okay, ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಡೂ ಇಸ್ ಐಸ್ ಸ್ಕೇಟರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಚಪ್ಪಲಿ ತರ ಸ್ಕೇಟರ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕೇಟರ್ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ಕೇಟರ್ಗೆ ವೀಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಐಸ್ ಸ್ಕೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಐಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಕೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫುಲ್ ಐಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಐಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಮೂತ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್. ಆ ಸ್ಮೂತ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಐಸ್ ಸ್ಕೇಟರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಾಲ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಚಕ್ರ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆನ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್, ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದೇ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ರೊಟೇಟ್, ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಡು, ಐಸ್ ಸ್ಕೇಟರ್ಸ್ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ನಿಂತಿರೋ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಿರ್ಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅವರು, ಓಕೆ, ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಕರ್ಲ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಕೈನ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಕೈನ ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಕೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೈ ಕಾಲು ಎಲ್ಲ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ಕೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೈ ಕಾಲನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಎತ್ತಿರೋ ಕೈ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋ ಕಾಲನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಹತ್ರ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, then in the respective case moment of inertia decrease ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. When so stretched hands and stretched legs are taken back. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಕೈ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಕಾಲನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವರ ಬಾಡಿ ಹತ್ರ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನರ್ಷಿಯಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನರ್ಷಿಯಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ದೆನ್ ಸೊ ಒಮೆಗಾ ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ ರೊಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ whenever an ice skater wants to rotate very fast, that he or she has to take back his stretched legs and the stretched hands towards his body or her body. ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಕೈ ಕಾಲನ್ನ ಅವ್ರ ಬಾಡಿ ಹತ್ರ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನರ್ಷಿಯಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನರ್ಷಿಯಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ ರೊಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ವೆನೆವರ್ ದೇ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್, ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಸಾಕು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದ್ರ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಗೈನ್ ದೇ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ದೇರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೆಗ್ಸ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರ ಕೈಯ ಕಾಲನ್ನ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, so in the respective time moment of inertia increases. Whenever moment of inertia increases, so angular velocity or angular speed decreases. Okay, because in order to conserve angular momentum conservation ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ so moment of inertia ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ angular velocity ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು, or moment of inertia ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದ್ರೆ angular velocity ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಇದಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, angular momentum conservation ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so therefore this is one last example so of conservation of angular momentum. So this is the same thing is performed by ballet dance. I think you might have heard of ballet dance ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಯುರೋಪ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಷ್ಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಐಸ್ ಸ್ಕೇಟಿಂಗ್ ತರನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಬ್ಯಾಲೆ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಐಸ್ ಸ್ಕೇಟರ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸೊ angular momentum actually undergoes conservation. Okay, so since it undergoes conservation, so they are able to rotate faster or slower whenever they want. Angular momentum conservation ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕೈ ಕಾಲನ್ನ ಅನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹತ್ರ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಲೆಗ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಸೊ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನರ್ಷಿಯಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವೆರಡು ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್. ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನರ್ಷಿಯಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಆಂಗುಲರ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನರ್ಷಿಯಾ